Yo, what up, guys? It's SamSam. Okay, and look, we're going over the best blind picks for top lane. Okay, top can be a tough role. It's even tougher when your blind picks aren't that good. Okay, so I'm gonna go through this tier list live with you guys. Okay, I'm gonna put certain champs in certain tiers. I'm gonna explain to you why I think they're either really good blind or why they're really bad blind. Okay, and if you don't see your favorite champion in the S tier, and you're like, why is this champion listed as not a top, dude? I blind pick Jarvan top every day. Okay, and it works. I don't care. Okay, this is my opinion. These are the champions that I think are good to blind pick top, and we're gonna go through it together, and hopefully by the end of this video you'll have a new blind pick that you can go destroy some fucking nerds with. All right, so let's get into it.
Fucking clip it. Oh, let's go.
All right, guys, so we're gonna get into it, and as you can see at the top of the tier list, we got the D, not a top laner tier list. Okay, and I understand there's gonna be some people talking about I play Jin top and I play Mal's top and Olaf top and whatever. Okay, these are niche picks. Now, I have my own personal niche picks in this, but it's my tier list. That's why they're my niche picks, okay? But for the most part, it's only going to be standard top lane champs. Some niche picks that I think are really good blind picks, and that's why they're in here. And I'm going to do this live, okay? It's not predetermined. I don't know where I'm going to put certain champs. Like, in my head, I have an idea for some, but I don't know where they're all going to go, all right? But we're going to get through this together, and we're going to start right now, okay? So, Aatrox, I'm going to say... Oh wait, why is this tier? This seems to be here. I'm gonna say B tier. Okay to blind some tough matchups. With D-Shield second wind and the healing built into his kit, I think Aatrox is fine to blind pick in most situations. I'm gonna say Akali's the same thing. An even bigger reason is because Akali can go fleet footwork. A lot of melee champs like Camille, Jax, Yasuo, Riven, these sort of things, like they're brawlers with her. You're gonna have to scrap with them, but if you go fleet into matchups like Kennen or anything that can maybe poke you out, you can be able to survive and then beat them in the mid game. Camille, as it stands right now in the preseason, pick in any situation. Camille has no matchup that will just outright beat her. She dominates lanes as a scaling champ, so right now I think Camille is absolutely insane. This is one of the niche picks you're going to see. Cassio, this is an A tier blind pick champ. Most melees that a lot of people have tough times into, like Fiora or Riven, Cassio absolutely destroys these champs, especially in the scaling game. If Cassio can just get through that early lane, especially in the long lane, which if she's a tough champ to play, but if you can actually do it with her, it'll be perfectly fine and she will outscale those champs. Cho'Gath, I'm gonna say A tier. He's got really good sustain in his passive. He's got good scaling. He can always get pressure in his lane, and he can lose lane gracefully. Cho'Gath, so I think he's definitely A tier in the blind pick. Mundo or no, Darius. Let's do Darius. Darius. I'll say B tier. Definitely some tough matchups. Darius is more of a noob, stompy champ. If this is just for like bronze, he's S tier. But I'd say in general, my opinion, B tier. Mundo. Would I blind Mundo? I'm in between C and B. I'll say B. I don't know if he just outright has a lot of losing matchups, but I don't play enough Mundo to know for sure. But I'd say somewhere in between C and B. Now the reason I have Echo here is because it's preseason, new Echo build I think is kind of good. I'm gonna say C, but this one could be a B. He has some really good scaling with the new tier item, so I think Echo is blindable, but just a little bit risky. Fiora, I'm gonna say B tier. GP, S tier. GP is a hard champ. If you learn how to play him, pick him in any situation. Garen, I'm gonna say C. Gnar, I'm gonna say C. Now C is gonna be my you can blind them, but it's whatever. I just have every top lane champ here, but I wouldn't be blinding these champs. C is gonna be lots of losing matches. I'll also say don't blind most of the time. This is what I'll say for it. Gragas, I'll say C. Graves right now, do I want to say A tier? I kind of do. I'll say A tier. Gwen, B tier. Heimer, I'm almost tempted to say A tier because Heimer is obnoxious to lane against, and he has really good pressure in his lane. I'll say A tier. I'll put Alawi in B tier. This is gonna I feel like the B tier is gonna be champions that can kind of counter each other. Irelia, I'm gonna say C tier, honestly, man. She is tough to blind. If you're not really good at her, she is tough to blind. Jax, I'm gonna say B. Jace, I'm actually gonna say A. And the reason I'm gonna put Jace ahead of champions that are Conqueror abusers is because Jace with Phase Rush, these champions can't really fight him. It's really hard for them to get on him and deal some damage. He can just kind of run away. Karma, I'm gonna say A tier. Karma, niche champ to be blinding top, but she does not have a lot of losing matchups. Kale. I'm gonna say C tier. She has really tough matchups. Kennen, I'm gonna put B. Kled. What are we thinking, guys? Kled, I don't know, man. Maybe C tier. I wouldn't be blinding Kled. Lucian, I wouldn't be blinding Lucian right now. Lulu, I don't think as good as Karma, but I think you could definitely get away with Lulu B tier. I'd honestly say Malphite B tier as well. Again, more towards low elo. This is the thing. I'd say more A tier in low elo, but in general for me, B tier. Mord, it's somewhere between A and B again. Mord's not that popular of a champion, but Conqueror, the shield, second wind, he can survive most lanes. I'd say A, honestly. I think if you, I don't find Mord that enjoyable to play, but I think if you put enough time, that's an A tier blind pick. Nasus, I'd say B. Ornn, honestly, Ornn scales well. I think he can survive a lot of lanes. I'd say A. Pantheon, maybe B. Poppy, honestly A, because she counters a lot of these B tier champs, and a lot of the other ones I don't think beat her too hard outright. Quinn, honestly probably C. Renekton C. Rengar C. Riven, I'll put B. Rumble, I don't think he's as popular top. Maybe C. Rise, somewhere between C and B. It depends. Set S, I mean, there's not many champions because of his passive. Even these ranged champions that you're going to lane against, I don't think are very tough. Shen, honestly, also S. He survives most lanes. He scales really well. It's not that tough. Singed, probably B. I mean, I don't really know. It's probably just fine to pick. Scion, somewhere between B and A. I'm trying to think. Competing against the A champs, so I think he wins. Probably B. In the tier list, it's not in any particular order. This is just alphabetical I'm going by. Silas, I'm going to say C. It's like more of a counter pick. TK, I'm going to say A right now. I still think he's kind of obnoxious. Now, as much as I hate to do this, I think Teemo, you actually can blind pretty reasonably. So I'll put him in B. Trundle, trying to think. C or B. Probably C. Tryndamere probably B. Urgot probably B. Vayne probably C. Victor right now, again, this is preseason. I honestly think he's S. I don't see him having a lot of tough matchups. I think he's pretty blindable into almost any matchup. Vlad, I'll say B. People don't like picking Vlad top as much because he's harder to scale quickly top. But I think he doesn't have a lot of tough matchups, so I don't mind picking him. Volibear, I honestly will say B as well. Warwick, I hate this fucking champ. This champ beats almost every B champ. It's hard to kill him. It's really hard. Wukong, I think as a top lane champ, it's somewhere between B and A. I'd say B, though. I don't know if he's pickable into most team comps. I definitely feel like Wukong can kind of get countered. Yasuo, C, but Yone, I'm going to put B. And then Yorick, I'm going to put C. So this is my preferred, again, as long as we disregard the D, not a top laner part of it. This is my preferred blind pick tier list. In the S, what we're picking anywhere right now, Camille, GP, Set, Shen, Victor. I think these champions are outright the best top lane champions. Those 5 are outright the best. GP, obviously dog shit win rate, but it's his lane. His lane top is one of the best still. Okay, it will never change. He's a hard champ to master. That's why the win rate's low. Same thing with Jace. Okay, the difference in Camille obviously is that she's not a hard champ to master. She scales like a madman, and she wins her lane pretty hard really early. In the A tier, we're gonna have stuff that, you know, will most of the time win their lane or can lose lane very gracefully and still scale. In the B tier, I'm gonna say that's stuff that can compete with each other, but those are, you know, either flip matchups, skill matchups, or tough matchups. And then in the C tier, it either needs more testing or you need to be extremely skilled at certain champions, or it's not blind pickable. You know, like Irelia or Gnar or Garen. Like, you're gonna get hard countered picking these champs. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna say this is my blind pick top tier list. Okay. I'm gonna leave it as a link down in the description below if you guys ever want to share it to someone. You know, let them know, like, hey, you know, if you got a friend that's griefing top because he's blind picking Kale every game, let him know. Okay, go try out some Shen or some Set. But yeah, guys, I think it's gonna do it for this video. If you guys want to leave a like, let me know if you enjoyed the video. You know, share it, subscribe, comment. Let me know what other types of videos you want to see. All that stuff is greatly appreciated. Just leave me any kind of feedback, even if it's bad feedback. Let me know, like, holy shit, man, this video sucked. Your top lane tier list is whack. You know, at least you're being honest, and I can take that and do something with it. But other than that, guys, I hope I'll catch you in the next video, and make sure you check out my Twitch, my TikTok, my Twitter. All that stuff's linked down below. Yeah, guys, and I love you, and thanks for watching the video. I'll catch you later. Peace.
Yeah.